Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the 105 leFH18B2, the French Tier 5 Premium SPG, also known as Fifi La Pew Pew. It's located on the north spawn of Erlenberg, and this one is under the command of Appa561. Now it's a 105mm light field howitzer, and that's where the leFH comes from. 18 is the year in which that howitzer was designed. A B2, well, it's actually the Shure B1, that's the hull, and when the Germans take a tank, they normally renumber it, and in this case they've called it the B2. That's a lot to say to start with. Well, the gun is capable of doing 410 alpha, penetrating 53mm of armor, and it's got a 1.91 meters burst radius. There's no stun for this particular Arty, which is a pity really, because technically speaking it should have stun, because all HE should have stun, but I suppose with the stun mechanic they couldn't give it to all Arty. Okay, he's set himself up nicely on the west side of the map, and from this position he can actually shoot nicely into the town to hit some of the enemy tanks that have probably gone there to shoot at our teammates. Oh, T1 heavy made himself an easy hit. First shot gets a hit for 112. Now he does have armor on the front of the vehicle, which is why he's not getting penetrations. If he used the premium round, a heat round, he might actually go straight through the front of the armor of a T1 heavy, because it's not that thick. Okay, looking for other tanks. Can't see any at the moment. There are a few there. Ah, there's one. And it's a Panzer III, an unusual tank. A combination of the Panzer III and the Panzer IV. Okay, Skoda T24 on the corner. You get a round in, rounds out, went long. He should be able to get a shell onto this guy if he decides to side scrape at all. In fact, he's backing out side on, which is a very bad mistake. He's trying to get at our Skoda, but he's actually making himself a perfect target for Appa. Rounds out. Yes. In fact, that was a big hit for 166. And now our teammate is going around the corner to finish him off. There you go. Easy kill. Now, the enemy does have a Panzer IV F2. And he's just down the other end of the castle. Oh, he's been badly hit. And the Skoda gets him too. So that's 2 kills for that Skoda. Okay, we're dialing in on... It looks like an M10 RBFM. Okay, it's Wolverine by any other name. Gets a direct hit with the first one. 175. Very thin armor. Go for it again. Rounds out. And he gets the kill shot. So that's his first kill of the game. Looks like the enemy's occupied the center of town, but we have got some of our guys blocking them from going any further north. Lots of furious firing around here, and the enemy's trying to move up. Rounds out. Oh, that was interesting. He did get a hit for 136 just as the tank went through the gap. Pretty unusual. Very well timed. And there he is again. He's trying to line a shot up. That's more than likely going to hit the wall, but yes, it did. Because it was occupying most of the reticule, so that's when you think a shell more than likely will actually hit somewhere it's not supposed to go. Well, that was a Type T34 over the other side of the river. There's the Type 1 Heavy again. Oh, and he splashed him there for a 227. Very close to the front of the vehicle. And the Skoda is asking for help. I think he's way down in the south. Now, we might be able to help him. And Appa is responding. One of the ways you can respond is to actually indicate on the map that you're looking in that direction. If you do use the T key on the map, I mean, they can see the shells coming in, but if you use the T key, it does actually then tell them that's what you're going for. And he does get a hit on the T34, only for 54 hit points. Unfortunately, we've lost the Skoda. He got taken out by the enemy Arty. Go for it again. Guy pulls back. Yeah, he's obviously frightened of the 105mm shells that are coming in. Go for it again. Rounds out. It's a long way away. It's almost at the north of the map. Right at the top of the map. Rounds out again. Get some splash now. 115. Unfortunately, we lose the VK3001H. And he went down to a Wolverine on the enemy team, which wasn't far away. Okay, tries a blind shot. Doesn't get it. Okay, that means that we're the only one that's north of that Wolverine now. We're looking at a T1 Heavy down in the rubble. Well, is it gravel or is it? It's those yards for the ballast. That's it. That's the word I was looking for, to put on railway tracks. It was a little late. Our Panzer F2 is taking a pasting from that T1 Heavy. And he's down to his last few hit points and he's out the game. So we're 2 down on the enemy at the moment. This is not good. KV1 crossing the bridge. I think he left that a little late. Just a little. Okay. Well, the bad news is that we're only 1 down on the enemy, but there's nobody protecting us on this side of the map. The good news is that this Arty does have a 390-meter view range, so if the enemy gets close, we should be able to spot them. Now, he's actually driving towards the enemy. But he's decided to go onto this little island here. It's a very slow Arty when it gets across like that. 28 kilometers an hour maximum speed. But he's easily forded the river, and now he's going to set up in these trees. Presume what he's going to do is ambush anyone who tries to come north along this side of the map. Okay, he's going to set himself up a nice little nest. Trouble is, knocking the trees down would actually give away your position. But he's setting up to capture anyone who actually comes north. A tree just went down in the background. I don't know if you saw that, but it was way, way down at the back. You see those 3 little trees? Well, there was a little tree just behind that, and that went down. So something's headed this way. And he doesn't know if it's going to come through the castle. Oh, here it is. T-34. Oh, very good shot. That was precise as well, yeah. So the T-34's gone down, and now we're even on numbers. And he is knocking trees down to provide himself a nice little nest. I suspect that the enemy Arty, well, there's only one of them now. It's the M41 HMC, but he is a good player. I suspect he's probably looking elsewhere at this moment. And that's why he's probably not looking at these trees going down. In fact, I'm not sure, but a lot of players who actually get killed, they don't report exactly where they were struck from. And there's a good chance that that T-34 felt that he was actually struck from somewhere much further away. Because the shell came in almost, well, coming directly from the north. So he probably thinks that the Arty was much further along in the tree line. And the enemy's just lost another player. And this time around, it's a KV1 on the enemy team. The same one that we fired at when he crossed the bridge. So they've got a Type T-34, an M10 RBFM, a Wolverine, and the M41 HMC. The Type was seen in the middle of the map. And we do know that they had a number of tanks on the east side of the map. Only the Wolverine was seen on this side of the map. So if we're going to see somebody, it will probably be the Wolverine. And now we're down to even numbers. So who's next? 1,263 hit points of damage so far. And of course, 2 kills. With only 4 left, the best he can do is the top gun. I think the enemy's more little concerned. Oh, and there's one of the enemy is way over on the other side of the map. And in fact, he's beyond range because we've got a flat reticule. And so we can't shoot at the M10. Not unless he gets a little closer. In fact, he just got wiped out by our Fifi, or the other Fifi in our team, with a very accurate shot. But now we're down to 3 on our team and 3 on the enemy. And there's one of the enemy. That's the M41 HMC. I think he's in grid square K2, maybe K3. Looks like it. Just can't tell if that Wolverine is over there as well. The Wolverine's not, because he's in the town, up at the cap area. And there's the Type T-34 as well with him. And we can hit them from here. Just got to let it dial in to get an accurate shot. He's shooting over a roof. Oh, just missed him. And unfortunately, we lost the tank. We lost the M10. So now it's 2 Fifis versus 2 tanks and an Arty. 5-1 in. And we just saw the Fifi on our team, the other one, shoot a heat round. Now he's down to just 3 hit points, so I don't think he's going to survive very long, and it might be a good idea for us to move closer to the cap area. Oh, they're coming this way. And yeah, unfortunately, he's going to get spotted if he stays where he is. He's gone to the A mode. Okay, there's the reticule. Let it settle. He's been spotted. Yes, he does get a hit for 130, but the M41 is going to be dialing in. That's a beautiful hit. Another 5 hit points, but he needs a kill shot. And we're now being hit by his shells. And there we've got the kill, but we need to move. The M41 will be shooting very momentarily. And that's 2 versus 2. Well, that was a shell from, I think, the Wolverine. Which kind of indicates the Wolverine's getting closer. He knows where... Oh, and the Fifi's behind us. The enemy Fifi is definitely behind us. The shell came from that direction. Came from the south. So now we're following round to try and get closer to the Wolverine. Now, it'd be very important to know if we've been spotted, because it means that there's going to be a Fifi shot at us from behind. Two minutes warning. Getting close. The Wolverine hasn't gone into the cap area. There he is. He's been spotted. He went after the Fifi, and the M41 actually was the one who fired at us, not the Fifi. There we go. So he's just taken out our other Fifi. Oh! One shot and he takes out the Wolverine, and that's the M41, and it's Arty versus Arty. This is where it's going to get fun. Oh, one shot now. Can he kill this guy? The M41's gone to the aim. We were spotted. And there's the kill shot that wins the game. Arty rules. Well done, Appa. Well, Appa561 is totally right. Somebody on that team does owe him a beer. In fact, I think all of them do, because he did pull off the win in the end, even though they're outnumbered. He managed to get a first-class tanker out of that game, as well as a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. In fact, he got 5, which is 1 short of getting a top gun and 1/3 of the enemy team. He also got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 16 in that one. and he got a win rate of 7,443. Sadly, he couldn't get the top gun because one of the enemy tanks was taken out by one of his teammates and denied him the chance. But 7,443 is super unicum, and that was a tier 5 game. At least it appeared to be tier 5. Yeah, pretty sure it was, yes. So very good result. Let's have a look at team scores. And the highest damage in the game actually went to the KV1 on the enemy team. He got a high caliber for 1,995 hit points. Second highest damage went to Appa561. He got 1,907. And the third highest damage was the other Fifi on our team with 1,396. When it came to kills, yep, he got that one. 5 kills to Appa, 4 kills to the other Fifi, and 3 kills to the KV1 and the Wolverine on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, he got that one too. So he's got 2 out of 3 and second in the third one. And he got 1,026, which means he's the only player to get over 1,000 base in that game, with the second highest being the other Fifi on his team with 769. And in third place, we've got the Panzer IV F2 with 637 experience points. Now, he fired 37 rounds, so didn't use all his ammo, still had 13 rounds spare. He got 16 direct hits on the enemy and 2 penetrating shots, 19 splash. Can we guess which ones he penetrated? Well, looking at this, I'd say the M10 RBFM, and I'm right, 373 hit points. He got a direct hit and a penetration shot. It was just the way it went up so quickly for so many hit points. Did he penetrate the Skoda? No. How about the M41? Yes, that was the other one. The direct hit on a stationary Arty. Yeah, he couldn't move because he'd been tracked, but it was a direct hit and a fully dialed in shot. No chance that that guy was going to survive. He was obviously going to get completely wiped out. 1,907 hit points of damage, of which 1,316 were at more than 300 meters. So some close range shooting. 2 hits received, both penetrating shots. You saw them on the vehicle, actually. They hit the gun shield and the main body of the tank, and they both came from the T-34. So, was it the Type T-34 that actually hit him? So, yes, I think that's the 57mm gun, which does have a good, decent amount of penetration. He spotted 1 enemy vehicle. That was the M41 HMC. Damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 5. And he earned 20,258 credits profit on a premium account, 25 bonds for a mission achievement, and 9,081 experience points out of that one, including a mission completion bonus as well. So yes, a very, very nice little game for Appa561. I hope you appreciated that one. I hope the rest of the team appreciated that one, because he pulled it out the hat. He was at a disadvantage. He had an enemy behind him, an enemy in front of him, and so he could have gone down at any time if the enemy had full sight of him. But luckily, he actually used enough cover to conceal where he was, so when he was taking out enemy tanks, apart from that last one, the Type T-34, when he was taking out those enemy tanks, they couldn't tell exactly where he was, and so he managed to survive those shells from the M41 HMC, which at one point I thought was a Fifi shell, but in actual fact, no, it wasn't. It was an M41 155mm round, went sailing straight past him and could have taken him out with 1 shot to his rear. Hope you liked that game. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below, because it feeds the algorithm, and the algorithm does like going nom nom. And thank you for watching.